Hey, today we're sitting down with Will Braithwaite. He's the writer and star of Morningwood, a original pop punk musical that's running at Littlefield May 18th, 19th, and 20th. Say hey, Will.
What's up, world?
Hey, man, so where are you from?
I am from Philly, city of brotherly love. Go Birds. I went to school down in Nashville, Tennessee, and but will always be a Philly boy at heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been in New York?
I've been here for 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
Great. So where'd you go to school in Nashville?
I went to Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What were you studying?
I was technically an American Studies major, but I was studying the sacred and holy art of improv comedy because I got on the improv team there, and I was off to the races. I was so hooked the second I found improv.
Right. And were you doing theater before you came to Nashville from Philly? Or was...
I did a little bit. We got a cool theater teacher in my high school my junior year who came in, and shout out Mr. Dietzler, and he was like, hey, the spring play is going to be a little show I like to call Whose Line Is It Anyway? And so he made a bunch of like improv teams with short form games, and it was like fun improv games that were like good ways to learn how to do improv. But then the real white whale of improv is long form, which is what all the greats at Second City did in Chicago, and Amy Poehler and Tina Fey and Adam McKay and them brought to the UCB in New York. And so that's why I was like, I gotta move to New York for UCB.
Right. Cool. And you've gotten to perform at UCB, right?
I have gotten to perform at UCB. I'm performing there tonight, actually.
No way.
Yeah.
Tonight. What's the show?
It is the cage match that pits two improv teams against each other, and then the audience votes on the winner.
Oh, man. That's
Very
awesome.
fun.
And if you win, you get to keep going?
If you win, you get to keep going.
So by the time this airs, we will know.
We will know.
So
We're
we're
on show 7, so if we win tonight, it's 7 wins under our belts.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Undefeated?
Well, as of now.
As of now.
Depends.
So definitely, if you're watching this and you know that they won or were defeated, go ahead and let us know.
Please rub it in my face.
So theater, so you did a little theater in Philly, and then you went to Nashville and found theater. When did the music start to come into the picture?
So I'd always been a big John Mayer head.
Okay.
Gonna play something.
Go for it.
I'd always been just a huge, like... always playing Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, Daughters, No Such Thing. Like, I learned every song. Obsessed with John Mayer. And then I got to college, and people were like, we're not really into John Mayer anymore. And I was like, no! Why? And so then, my sophomore year of college, I got turned on to pop punk by my roommate and drummer, shout out Chris St. Clair, who's actually the drummer for the show, the live drummer. And he just showed me everything. He showed me Say Anything and All Time Low and Fall Out Boy and My Chemical Romance, and I just, like, inhaled all of it. And then we formed a band together, and we wrote a bunch of these songs, and 4 of them are in the show today.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's super cool. So I understand this so you write a song, and then you don't really know what to do with it, and you kind of have this band going, and then when in time did it come that you realized this needed to go into a show?
That's a great question. I mean, the songs worked on their own. We did a couple shows in Nashville, like, for our friends, and they were very fun and high energy. And then we all moved to different cities, so the band naturally kind of broke apart. And it wasn't until, like, I was doing all this improv in the city, which I loved, but I was like, I am missing the music piece of things. And I loved the way improv could do, like, a made-up narrative on the spot that would make people invested in the craziest bullshit.
Right.
And I was like, I can apply this same narrative structure to these songs and reverse jukebox it. And I did, and it started working and flowing with, like one of the songs in the show is called Los Angela, about a breakup with a girl named Angela.
That's so good.
And it was like, this begs to be a person. Like, this has to... It's the breakup is already written in. I just have to create a person named Angela.
Yes. Yes.
So
That's
it
awesome.
flowed very, very smoothly, and a lot of the songs were breakup songs, so it helped.
The term reverse jukebox is so good because it does feel that way as a writer when you have. Because I mean, I feel like people think that writers get an idea for a show and then they sit down and they say page 1, scene 1, and then 2, 3, 4 until they get hit to the end of the show and they go, ha.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
When in reality, it feels like you're writing different puzzle pieces all the time, and it's cool when you look up and realize that you'd already written a piece of your show.
Yeah.
You just didn't even know you had a show yet.
There was also there's so many pop punk tropes narratively in all the Pantheon songs where it's like, let's run away together, you and me, 6 feet under the stars, sneaking alcohol when we're not supposed to, like screw our parents. Like there's so many built-in themes that I didn't have to reinvent the wheel a lot. Like it's not that original. It is an original musical, but like all the themes were already there. It was just putting them on paper.
Right. What is Morningwood?
So Morningwood is a fictional 2004 band. It is led by frontman Riley Wheeler, who is my character, and he is a sophomore in high school. He's got tickets to Warped Tour. His parents don't know, and he and his best friends and bandmates, Cameron and JC, are going to Warped Tour whether they like it or not. And they have a couple songs, but they're pretty green. And then at Warped Tour, one of the bands, all of the band members die, and there's an opening slot. And they're ready in the right time and place. New Jersey, 2004.
What?
Shout out New Jersey.
So it really is that like high school rock band dream of like, quick, does anybody know all the songs?
It's literally that. And like Green Day was a high school band. All Time Low was a high school band. Like Fall Out Boy was almost a high school band. Like so many of these great bands were 16 and 17 years old. Like
I feel
that's how it happens.
It is how it happens. I feel like a lot of people don't understand this either. Is like a lot of these really great bands did start in high school because they got the time to be a shitty high school band.
Exactly.
And
they got the 10,000 hours.
10,000 artists as well. Like I'm sure your first play probably wasn't your best work. You know what I mean? Yeah. And starting so young, I feel like people get frustrated not being a virtuoso and then give it up. And I mean, these high school bands that we idolize now, it's like they got time to be a shitty band.
That's also the beauty of pop punk as a genre. It is so accessible to get into. It's like, can you play 3 power chords? You're in.
Right.
Come on in.
I'll help you. I'll teach you the first one. It's super easy. That's awesome. Cool. So, what did inspire you to write this show?
Honestly, it was doing so much improv and being like, I love doing improv, but the whole show's gone the second the night ends. We're making it all up on the spot. And so it was great when it was a bad show because it was like, moving on, that no one will remember that. But when we had an amazing show, it was like kind of hard the next morning to be like, damn, people will forget that. Like, there's nothing holding that to, like, we can't go back to that. And so I was like, you know what, I want to apply my improv skills and my music skills to something that can be recreated and I can do over and over again a bunch of times and still have a lot of fun every time.
So when you say apply your improv skills, was Morningwood ever an improv show?
No, but I make sure to always cast improvisers in it because I'm a firm believer in improv is the one true art. If you can do improv, you can do scripted comedy.
Do you feel like your background in improv really helped enable you to sit down and write a script?
Yeah, I think so. I think improv, a lot of actors end up in improv classes because they're like, I want to get looser with my acting. But I think the secret weapon of improv is it helps your writing. Because when you're doing good improv, you're writing on the spot.
Exactly.
And when you're in front of a blank Word document or a Highland file or a Celtics file, you're just like it's improv.
Right.
You got to make it up.
Yeah.
You can edit it. You can't do that with improv, but...
I look like a crazy person when I write, and I feel like a lot of good writers do because you're literally yes-anding yourself. And honestly, if you really get into the zone, sometimes you do it out loud.
The trick to writing this script for Morningwood was listening to Paramore the entire time. This is the 5th to 8th run of this, and I went and added in a couple scenes, and I just had the blank Word document. I was like, why is this not flowing? I have no idea what to write. And then I put on Paramore, and I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
Haley showed you the way.
Haley showed
I
me
got
the way.
you said 5 to 8 runs. What has the road been to get here?
It was, there were 2 theaters that helped me a ton. Brooklyn Comedy Collective, the BCC, and Caveat in the East Village. Both were huge, and so they literally both were like, whatever you want to do, we'll help you put it up. And I was like, even with drums, can I bring in drums and can I bring in amps and a guitar? And they were like, yes, we got you.
Wow.
And so they both let me do the show twice, and it started last year, and like I can't thank them enough.
Twice, and those were 2
separate times. I've done the show 4 times. This is the 5th, 6th, and 7th show.
That's awesome. Yeah. We worked at Caveat. We enjoyed our time
no
at
way.
Caveat as well. We did a Looney Tunes satire there.
They're great.
They're a really cool space. Yeah, shout out Ben Lilly.
Ben Lilly.
Shout out Ben Lilly. Thanks, Ben. Do you have a background in musical theater?
I did high school musical theater.
Hell yeah.
I was a guy. There weren't a lot of guys.
So you were a lead.
I was the lead. I was the lead early. Yeah, I hit Seussical. I hit Once Upon a Mattress, Aladdin, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I was Charlie. What else? Grease. Grease was my favorite one. Grease is maybe the best musical ever.
It's up there.
Because it's all pop songs too. Like
It
those
is.
songs are amazing.
And that's the good way to phrase this is musical theater versus or including rock and roll. I feel like there's a very, traditional musical theater, I have a lot of respect for. I love traditional musical theater. Now we're in a place where it feels like modern music needs to be included in musicals unless it's a classic. How do you feel like, you wrote a pop punk musical. Do you feel like Mourning would, in its most basic form, could work in a traditional one piano accompaniment?
Yeah, it could.
Okay.
And we were literally doing rehearsal the other night, and my bass player was sick, and so we just had guitar, and so we were going through the musical numbers, but it was just, there was no low frequency, so it just wasn't sounding that high, so the energy wasn't great, and I ran over to the piano and started like planking out the songs on piano, and the whole thing just came to life.
Really?
And it was like, we're not going to have piano in the real show, it's not pop punk.
Right.
But just the songs and the structure of the songs of a lot of pop punk songs like work on any instrument. And also, I think musical theater gets a bad rap sometimes. There are a lot of people, pop punk fans included, that go, I love pop punk, I'm not a musical theater person. I didn't like Hamilton, And musical theater, and they're wrong for not liking Hamilton, first of all, but musical theater is a way to express your ideas in a dreamlike state. And if you can't get behind that as a pop punk fan, then what are we doing? Like, that's the whole point of music, is to not be literal with these lyrics, but express emotions and turn them into our wildest dreams and fantasies and break out into song and dance.
Right. So if the show and if pop punk in its form does work on like one piano and it does work stripped down to its basic structure, why does it work so much better with the specific sound that it has?
It's the same reason a song sounds so much better in your car than out of your phone. Like, it literally, if I show you a new song but I get you in the car to show you it, it will be better. Like, there's something so cathartic about blowing your fucking eardrums out, listening to great music. And, like, the volume matters, and drums matter, and live drums matter. And, like, there are a lot of musicals that just based on productions have to have a click track and sing along to tracks. And they still have full voices and ensemble singing, but you can't fake live drums. And you can't fake shredding on the guitar and ripping a solo and just wailing on the bass. Like,
right.
You can't fake live music.
Right.
Especially with pop punk.
Yeah. Right on. What's your favorite song in the show? Who's your favorite child?
That's so hard. I have 2. This is kind of a cop-out, but I have 2. The very first song that my original college band ever wrote that created the whole project is the end of Act 1. It's Raining at Your House Too. And that's like the song we play at Warped Tour that like gets us famous in the show. And that will always hold a special place in my heart because it was the very first song. And it was actually because at Vanderbilt, my roommate Sam was taking a songwriting class. And it was like a very intro songwriting class because everyone in Nashville is like, Nashville, Music City. And they were like, write a song that has symbolism. Remember, symbolism is when something symbolizes. We're like, yeah, we know. And we were joking around, and it was raining, and he was like, what if the rain symbolizes sadness? And then we just started going like, yeah, we broke up, but you said, so what? I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's raining at your house too. And we just had that melody, sprinted back to my dorm room. We started writing it out on guitars, and it just came out like yesterday by the Beatles. Like it was just there. So that song I really love, and it goes very hard.
I love that.
But I also love one of the Act 1 songs called Somerset. It's just about falling in love when you're 16 on the beach, specifically in the summer in New Jersey. And a lot of pop punk classics are fuck you lyrics and I hate you and breakup songs. And you're another notch in a bedpost, you know? Like, there's so many like that. But there's a real sweetness that leans into, like, the pop side of pop punk that can be really cute. That I think Paramore's really good at specifically. Like, All I Wanted Was You and I'm Still Into You. Like, they have a lot of, like, heart on your sleeve, like, I hate the world, but so do you, and in our little bubble, I love you.
Right.
And, like, so that's Somerset, and I love that for that reason.
Pop punk is such a young person's music because, I mean,
so
all
nice.
your emotions, and why we still
so
love
nice.
it as we grow older is we remember being 16 and
Yep.
loving or hating so intensely. Do you feel like Morning Wood is a show for young people? Do you feel like people of all ages could come enjoy it?
I mean, no one gets older. Like, everyone's a middle schooler at heart. I don't even think we hit high school. I think you are a middle schooler and you just get a bigger body. And that's it. And, like, this is personal, but my dad died one day before the very first production of Morning Wood. And I was obviously so broken and pissed about it. And we had to cancel the show. That was the first show at Caveat because it was literally the next day. So we all go home, we're grieving, we're mourning. And then I had one show scheduled the following week at Brooklyn Comedy Collective, and I was like, I gotta do it. I put so much work getting these songs on Spotify, recording everything, choreograph, like everything. I have to do it. And my dad heard the songs. He'd listened to everything. And he didn't understand the genre, but he understood the vibes. And so we put on the show, and my brother was in the band, and he played bass, and it was cathartic to be a 16-year-old in that raw emotional state. And even now, a year and a half later, when I do the songs and I do the show, and I swoop my hair and get to be 16 again, like, it's literally, it feels so good to just, like, get to be 16 and do the show. And I feel very connected with my dad in that way, just having hard on sleeve emotions. Yeah. And that very first show we did, we literally finished the final number. My brother and I hopped in the car. We drove back home to Philly. Funeral was the next morning. And like my brother was writing like the eulogy in the back seat. And I was like, this is fucking crazy. But my dad's the reason I play guitar. Like, there was one Christmas we came down and he's like, there's a guitar, there's a bass, there's a drum kit. Pick one. And me and my brother both picked guitar. Naturally.
Right. Wow. Thank you for sharing all that. That's really... How have you been over the last year and a half?
I mean, it's been rough.
Yeah?
It's been hard. There's a lot of... It's hard in general pursuing the arts. It's hard making rent, finding a job that covers rent, and then still having the freedom and time and effort to be able to go pursue it. Mm-hmm. Like this past Mother's Day, I was with Mom in the morning and then had to hightail it back to New York for one of our rehearsals. And it's just like, that's the only time the cast could do it.
Yeah.
And so it's hard to balance that. And it's hard to balance my own emotions with it all too. But scream singing pop punk lyrics you wrote with your best friends on stage is a pretty nice way to grieve and mourn.
Why is this an important story to share?
There's something really vulnerable about seeing a 16-year-old with swoopy hair saying, we're going to be the next Green Day. It's very musical theater to just... There's a famous thing in musical theater of the I Want song. Mm-hmm. So Ariel and Little Mermaid sings I Want to Be Where the People Are. In Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey sings Somewhere That's Green. And there's just all of these songs. Moana has her I Gotta Get Out of This Island and Explore the World. Like there's this yearning to musical theater that I think is on the surface of pop punk. It's everywhere. Mm-hmm. And so the two go together so nicely. And audiences love connecting with their middle school self. Whether they had a pop punk phase or not. Like, I didn't go through the pop punk phase until I was like 20. And like 20 to 24, I probably had the worst relationship with my parents ever. And it felt amazing to like get to tap back into that. Yeah. And be like, get out of my room. I love you, but get the fuck out of my room.
What's the I Want song called for this show?
I think it's the opening number, Waiting for the Weekend. It starts in chemistry class, and I hated chemistry as a kid, but it's just us all bored in chemistry class, and the guitar starts in As the Teacher's just droning on about schoolwork, and that's when I start singing, and Riley just goes into, I can't stand being in class, someone passes me a note about a house party, I can't wait for the weekend. And the weekend there symbolizes everything. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for summer. I can't wait for Friday. I can't wait for whatever it is, the vacation, the job to be over. Like, it's just that yearning. I can't wait for Warped Tour. I can't wait till we're famous. I can't wait till we make it big. Whatever that is.
What's this connection with Jersey in the show? It takes place in New Jersey?
It takes place in New Jersey.
What's your connection?
I grew up in Philly. I didn't even grow up in Jersey.
Yeah.
But I always went to the Jersey Shore in the summer, and that's where I fell in love for the first time, on the beach. And New Jersey is just very intrinsically pop punk. Like, all the great pop punk bands came from Chicago, New Jersey, Florida, or Cali. Because you gotta have sunshine. But then there's something about New Jersey where you're not in New York, but you're close, and you can see it, and you can taste it, and you can feel it, but you're not there. And that, like, suburban trap of, I'm so close I can almost taste it, but I'm stuck here, is kind of New Jersey as a state. And My Chemical Romance is from Jersey.
What current...
And the Jonas Brothers are from New Jersey. The Jonas Brothers are the best pop punk band of all time. Don't at me.
Okay, so, yes, of course. The Jonas Brothers, their family moved to Texas after they got famous.
No way.
And I met Frankie Jonas, the bonus Jonas, at a party. It was like a junior high party.
No way.
And he was the meanest little kid. He would spray people with water guns.
Oh my God.
And you couldn't get away from him. And then he'd push you in the pool. So Frankie Jonas, if you're watching, man.
Fuck you.
Dude, that sucked, man.
He could have been a Nepo baby. A Nepo brother.
I think he was... I probably won't put this in. I think he was the Nepo baby that didn't get it. He was like, I should be a Nepo baby. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, he got screwed out of.
4 boys. 3 get a Disney show. 3 get world tours. What the fuck?
1 gets to wear a fedora and a vest. That sucks.
That does suck. And he was wearing a fedora and a vest at the pool party.
Wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
What musical theater shows would you compare this most closely to?
I mean, everyone compares it to American Idiot, the Green Day musical, just because that's a pop punk musical. But American Idiot is a bad musical.
Hi, I'm Austin.
And I'm Will.
This is a PSA. We're both rock musical writers.
American Idiot, the Green Day musical, is not good.
It's not a good musical.
It's not a good show.
It's not good entertainment.
The music is good.
Because it's Green Day.
Thank you for your time.
Please stop comparing us to American Idiot. Thank you.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Like,
okay.
it holds a special place in my heart because a Vanderbilt production of American Idiot is what got me into Green Day.
Okay.
So, but then I listened to real Green Day and I was like, this is better. I think that's a good question. My favorite musical of all time is Les Mis.
Okay.
This is not like Les Mis.
No.
We're not tackling major historical events. What musical is it most like? I think there's a lot of Grease in it. There's a lot of raw energy and really catchy songs, and I think Grease is the best example of that. What else? Yeah, I think Grease is the number one comparison. I'm trying to think of what else I've seen that I loved. I mean, it's not that much like Hamilton, but in terms of soundtrack replayability, sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
In terms of
I respect that so deeply.
The real reason I wrote this show is to make my fiance fall in love with me again. Because shout out Carson Smith, she is the one who put me onto pop punk music in the first place. We did a road trip to Chicago when we were 19, first started dating, and she just went, so this is Boys Like Girls, this is Heels Overhead, you need to know this is The Great Escape, all right, now you need to listen to My Chemical Romance, okay, now this is a band called Paramore. I'm like, I know Paramore. She's like, prove it. I'm like, okay, I don't know Paramore. And she just brought me through every single pop punk band, and she was like, now you know the holy books. Learn them, study them, memorize them, engage. So shout out Carson, I love you. I can't wait to marry you. Thank you for showing me pop punk. It is the best genre in the world.
That's so damn sweet.
Getting married in October.
Congratulations.
Thank
You got a date?
October 18th, she proposed to me on the beach in New Jersey.
She proposed to you and she showed you pop punk?
Yeah, she's the one.
You are lucky. That's for fucking sure. What is your favorite line in the show?
It changes, but my new favorite line is a line that's added for this new show, and one of the new characters is Angela Killshot, and she's a Hayley Williams style, like pop punk queen, like amazing belting voice, firecracker. And when I say, I can't go piss on the Hollywood sign, guys, I have a writing session with Angela Killshot. JC, the drummer, goes, Angela Killshot of the Fuck Me Slowlies? And I love the way Akash Kesavarapu delivers that line. And I just...
That is golden.
And then I'm like, no, the Fuck Me Slowlies broke up. Angela's going solo.
I am a firm believer in any comedy writing. Band names are fucking hilarious.
Band names, full names, like that's how real life works.
Liam, what were some of the band names in Happy Boring Life? We had
I'm trying to remember.
Lamborghini Lightskins.
That's really good.
And they got in trouble because they changed it because they were all white.
Very light skins.
Percussive Cunt was what they went with.
Yeah, that was
that's
the
great.
PCs.
The original band name for Morningwood when I was at Vanderbilt was Stop Resisting.
That's good.
And all of our friends were like, change the name.
Oh! Yeah, that's not what year was that?
They were like, it was 2016. It was like really as the Me Too movement happened, and they were like, so it's a very not chill name. We're like, yeah, I'll change it.
It's given soft play now, if you know that band. Yeah.
Exactly.
What is something you wish someone had told you or done for you when you were just starting out that you can now give or help other people with?
You don't need permission. Just do it. Just go for it. I'd never written a musical before. Try it. Do it. Especially if you have people in the comedy scene or if you're in a music scene, just utilize everyone in your circles. They want to help. They will help. Like, I couldn't have done this show without all the help of so many people. Not just cast members, but bandmates, like people who read drafts and gave notes on it. But the very origin of it was like, I don't think I can do this. And it was my fiance, Carson, who was like, just do it. She already wrote the songs. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And then it got better and better and better. Literally the first draft, Carson goes, yeah, so this is pretty much all dick jokes. Try again. And I was like, thank you very much for your feedback. There's still dick jokes in it.
Always.
Slightly fewer. But just do it. Just go for it. You can do it. Fake it till you fucking make it.
Right on.
And if you're ever doing a musical, make playbills. Playbills makes it real.
You heard it here first.
Not like a piece of paper folded in half. Like, splurge on the playbills. Go into debt for the playbills. It's worth it. They'll end up on people's fridges. You will outlive your own life.
That is so true. However, there is no greater pain than leaving the theater and finding the program that you spent time and money on just wadded up on the ground.
I have 30 in my car, in the trunk of my car, that have never seen the light of day.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Where can we find more about Morningwood? Where can we find out more about you?
You can follow me on @WillBraithwaite on socials. You can also follow the show at Morningwood Musical, MOURNING. And morningwoodmusical.com.
Right on.
Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to my amazing director, Alan Clifford, who has been directing this past run of Morningwood and absolutely elevated it. He brought such musical theater chops that have just elevated all the music numbers, all the dance numbers, all the scene work. Alan's brilliant. Shout out, Alan.
Thanks, Alan. Thanks for bringing it to life.
Yeah.
We have this beautiful guitar here for you. I was hoping maybe we would get a little sneak peek on...
I would love to. I'm going to do the song that we play at Warped Tour that gets us famous. This is the very first song I ever wrote, and this is It's Raining at Your House Too. Never seen the world so blue until you found somebody new. He puts his arm around your waist. How could you let him take my place? Oh, what a waste. It's hard to see through teary eyes. My greatest fear's been realized. It's no surprise. Yeah, we broke up, and you said, so what? So I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it's raining at your house too. Yeah, it sucks, and yeah, I'm sad. You threw away this thing we had, but I can't fall asleep without you. Yeah, we broke up, and you said, so what? So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we broke up, and you said, so what? So I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. Well, it's raining at your house. It's raining at your house. Raining at your house too. Rock on.
Oh, yeah.
Defend pop punk.
Defend Pop Punk, Morningwood. It runs at Littlefield, May 18th, 19th, and 20th. Thank you so much, Will. It was a pleasure to have you today.